Welcome to part 3 of our virtual guided tour, the Sun Porch. This relaxing space, like much of the Gannett House, has changed over the years, but elements of the original structure, such as the floor, are still visible. One of the goals of the First Amendment Museum is to conduct an extensive renovation of the home, including the Sun Porch, so that its original architectural beauty will be on full display for the public to enjoy. The windows in this room not only let welcome sunlight into the Gannett House, but also reveal a beautiful view of the neighboring Maine Governor's Mansion and State House. In this room, we explore the freedom of religion, the first freedom of the First Amendment. As previously mentioned in Part 2, freedom of religion is arguably the most important freedom in the First Amendment, since it not only protects our right to, or not to, worship, it also protects our freedom of thought and conscience. The freedom to think is the keystone of a democratic and free society. The United States at the time of the adoption of the Constitution was a religiously diverse nation, albeit not by today's standards. Protestantism, Quakerism, Catholicism, Deism, Judaism, Shakerism, and even Islam and traditional African religion, followed by the hundreds of thousands of enslaved, all coexisted in the US of the 1780s. In order for these groups to come together under a strong federal constitution, the protection of religious freedom was essential. Since then, the First Amendment's protection of religious freedom has enabled religious groups of all stripes from all around the world to find a home in the United States. The First Amendment has also empowered everyday Americans to start their own homegrown religious movements. Mormonism, Seventh-day Adventism, Scientology, Spiritualism, Christian Science, the Nation of Islam, the Jehovah's Witnesses, and more were all founded in the United States by people who utilized their freedom of religion. Unfortunately, not everyone has respected the inalienable right to religious freedom. Throughout American history, various religious groups have been targeted and persecuted for a variety of reasons. From the witch trials of the 17th century to the anti-Catholic hysteria of the 19th, the stamping out of traditional African religion amongst Black Americans, all the way to continuing anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, and more. Religious bigotry remains a stain on America's record of religious freedom. It is important to remember that freedom of religion also means freedom from religion. Atheism, agnosticism, and other secular ideologies, or lack thereof, are some of the fastest growing identities in modern America. Join us in Part 4 of our virtual guided tour, The Dining Room, where we will explore activism, the suffrage movement, and more.